So we're going to continue your personal narrative pre-writing today. Now, on Tuesday, you guys did pre-writing. You did brainstorming first. So when I did my mini lesson on pre-writing, I did a list in chronological order, which means the order in which things happened. So I did my brainstorming this way. And then I showed you guys this sheet, and I told you that I wanted you to fill out this top half, right? We talked about how a personal narrative has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. And in the beginning, you introduce your characters and the setting. In the middle, you introduce your problem. And then in the end, you talk about the way that it was solved, the solution. So I know that a lot of you guys didn't fill out this sheet exactly. You made your own version of it in Google Doc, and that's okay. Same with the pre-writing. A lot of you guys, some of you made a list, some of you made a web, which is perfect. I noticed that a lot of you guys took multiple events that happened during spring break, and you did brainstorming for each of those so that you could kind of pick your topic. Now, if you didn't pick a topic yet, I made comments on a lot of your brainstorming. Now what I want you to do is to take one of those events that happened and figure out which one you can talk the most about, which one you can have the most details that's really gonna grab your audience's attention, and keep going with that one, okay? So if you did just your brainstorming and you didn't do this pre-writing sheet on Monday, I need you to fill out that top part with whatever event you decide to do with your brainstorming. Now, once you finish that, fold this in half, you guys are gonna do the bottom half of this sheet. Now, the bottom half of this sheet basically takes what you did in the top with your beginning, your middle, and your end, and those details that you put, and it's gonna have you write a topic sentence, which is the sentence that is gonna start your paragraph. So for second grade, remember, you guys are writing one paragraph, and then you can write more after that, but first they want you to write one good one. And so you're gonna write your topic sentence, which is kind of what it will introduce your story. So what I wrote was, because remember, I talked about family game night, and we played Monopoly. So my topic sentence is, have you ever had your luck turn at the snap of a finger? Now, that's a question. It's going to grab my audience's attention. What is she going to talk about? Was she having bad luck and then she had good luck? Why was she having bad luck? And then it goes into writing supporting sentences for your paragraph or your paragraphs. So there's 3 supporting sentences that you need to write. So what I basically did was I took my information from each box at the top and the details that I wrote under it, and I put some of the information into sentences. So for example, I put, the light that hung above the dining room table made the game board glow a white haze. That was one of my supporting sentences. My second one was, my skin began to crawl and my heart beat out of my chest as the game continued. And then my third one is, finally my luck began to turn when my money began to grow. And then if you see at the bottom, there's a spot for a closing sentence. Now, a closing sentence is your last sentence. What's going to wrap up your story and is what's going to tell your reader that your story is finished. So I had won after a long 2-hour game, but I would have to try my luck again tomorrow during game night number 2. So it kind of leaves my reader hanging. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard what a cliffhanger is, like in a movie or in a book. If there's going to be another one, it kind of leaves the audience on edge. Like, what's going to happen next? That's kind of what I decided to do with my closing sentence. Okay, so you're going to take the information that you used in the top and transfer it into sentences in the bottom that are going to support what you're talking about. So it kind of gives your story a little bit of an oomph. It gives your story a little more detail so that your reader stays engaged, so your audience stays engaged. Okay, so now there are a lot of you that I don't have your personal narrative pre-writing. And I'm sure that it's just because we're doing everything on technology, and I'm sure that there are some things that you're missing. So what I need you to do is your brainstorming and this pre-writing, whether you printed out this sheet and you're going to take a picture of it and share it with me on an email or copy and paste it into a Google Doc, or if you made your own Google Doc version of this, I need you to share those with me and Mr. Bray on a Google Doc so that we can give you some feedback and help you. Now, you guys are only going to do this today. If you didn't do the top part on Monday, I need you to do that. And then I need you to do the bottom part, okay? I'm going to bring it up closer so that you guys can see. It says that you need to do a topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences for your beginning, your middle, and your end, and a closing sentence, okay? Do not start writing today. Only do pre-writing today. We will do writing in your paragraphs next week. I will tell you, though, it's going to be how most of our writing is, where second grade is going to do one really, really good paragraph. So second grade, you do all your pre-writing geared for 1 paragraph. Third grade, you guys are going to do 3 paragraphs. Now, of course, you can write more, but those are the requirements that I need you to cover first before you can move on to the next paragraphs. But we're not going to start writing until next week, but I'm just telling you all that information so that you can gear your pre-writing and your brainstorming to that.